Alright, in this tutorial we're going to just make a simple title sequence in After Effects. I'm using a stop motion After Effects title sequence where I made pieces of paper open up, say the title, and then go away. Now, what I needed to do first was take photos of my piece of paper. I've taken 5 photos of the piece of paper at home, just squished up, starting off squished up and then slowly unraveling it. Now, originally these had wooden floor backgrounds onto it. But what I did is I opened up Photoshop, selected the background by using the quick select tool, and just removed that background. So then I had a transparent background and just the image, and that's all. Then I exported those as just as PNGs. So export as, I chose PNG, and then exported those for After Effects, so they're ready to go. So I did that with all 5 different images. Now I'm ready to go into After Effects and actually start editing it up. So what I need to do is open up After Effects. And once After Effects is open, I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to double click, find my images, my 5 intro images, which should be these ones. Should have got rid of the other ones. Import those. Now I didn't do it exactly like how I would have done the like a normal stop motion where you would sequence them in order, because I'm going to change the lengths of these to specific lengths. And then I'm going to also add a wooden background texture, just because I want a wooden background texture. Alright, now I'm going to first put in my texture into my composition. Now I've got 30 seconds in length at the moment because I just dragged it in. Now if you want to be more specific in the composition, you go new composition, and you can choose your frame rate and how long you want to go for. So I only want this to go for about 10 seconds, max. So I've got a 10-second composition ready to go. I'm going to click and drag this wooden texture into it, resize it so it fits the screen. And now I'm ready for the images. Now I'm going to start with my 5th image, drag that in, and put it in there. Now I'm just going to create a step sequence that goes for each second is about the image moving. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Make sure my background's still covering the whole screen, because at the moment it's not. And then I'm just going to grab the image and drag it off screen first. So I might not go for a second here because that's probably a bit too long. I might just go for that long. And I'm just going to copy and paste and do the same thing again, but move it to the next frame, and I'm going to move it slightly in. Going to do it one more time. Slightly move that across. So you see this little step motion happening, and I'm just going to move this in, and I might do it one more time actually. So copy paste, drag that across, and let's move that into the middle. Alright, so I've got my first motion happening. Now it didn't work because I edited all the same image. So I'm going to just quickly fix that. Alright, so now I should have it look like it's coming into scene. Now it's not straight, but that's okay for what I need right now. Now I'm actually going to open up the piece of paper. So I'm going to click and drag and put the next image in, so of that, which is going to be about the same length as that. Or maybe a bit long, yeah, about the same length. Drag in the 3rd image. Again, step motion, so you can see where the flow of your animation is going. So that's 2 seconds worth of animation now. Number 1. About the same length, and then we can have the final image, which is going to be staying open for maybe up to 6 seconds. Alright, so let's just have 6 seconds of animation. Let's not make the title sequence too long. Now if I press play at the start, it should slowly come in and open up, and that's where I'll have my title. and then I'll just fade the black into my into my actual footage. Alright, so now let's add some text. So I'm going to add a text layer. So new text, sorry, press solid, new text. So I have a new text layer that's going to come right at the top because it's going to be on top of everything. And I'm going to change the text to be, say, I want like a typewriter. So I have this typewriter sample that I already had, and I'm just going to call it in bold, change the color because blue is not going to work, into black. I make the pixels really big, or the pics, and then I'll go the friendly woodworker. Now it's not in a great spot at the moment, so I'll move it over here to about that spot, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I might change the regular if I had the option. I could change any of these settings if I had the options. But I like it on the left hand side. It's just a personal choice. So I can get rid of this empty text layer. And I'm going to resize this because at the moment it's going to play the whole time. So that's going to be there the whole time. I only want it to be there when I open the piece of paper. So I'm going to change the size of it to fit the paper's size. Alright, so now if I press play, it should come in and it should say the friendly woodworker. Now I could be more creative with this. I can come into this fold and have the friendly woodworker name on that to try and have it look like it's already on the piece of paper, so it doesn't look like it just pops up. So I'm going to just resize it. Oops. So I can resize it down. For some reason it's in the wrong anchor point. Just move it across. I'll resize it. Don't know why that's there. Resize it down. Stretch it in weird ways. And try and just place it inside of there. So it looks like I already had that text already there. And it's only going to be showing for a second, so it doesn't need to be perfect. Or not even a second, so less than that time. And then there I would just fade to black in Premiere Pro. Then once you've done that, you just need to export it to Adobe Media Coder as an MP4, and then it's ready to go into Premiere Pro for your final editing.